And we are live. Uh, Welcome to the weekly Howl. I'm your host, Roman, and here with Vincent.
How's everybody
And
doing?
we are live. And we're talking welcome about to the weekly Howl. And we're talking, well, really what we're going to talk about is what Vincent actually just said to me, which was
Yeah. So
kind of like
yeah. So
just waking up.
bit,
Go ahead.
basically, today was one of those days where I woke up. I woke up to my alarm and I lay back down for 20 minutes, think, wondering, is work really worth it? Like, like you ever just I don't know. I hope I'm not getting burnt out or anything, especially because I just got back from vacation, so I'm supposed to be refreshed. But I don't know, man. I've just been today just had me wiped. You ever a day where you ever have a day where you're just like, huh, unemployment doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. You know how many times I've thought about that? Just it's like, yeah, I need my job, but like, fuck it. Just fuck it. Like
Yeah,
seriously, just I don't want to just get me away from these people. Not even just like the work itself, but some people that you have to deal with because
yeah,
like at a job like it's so uh, it's almost like it reminds me of being back in like grade school where it's just like you had to deal with people that
yeah,
you didn't want to deal with, but you're just forced to. And I feel
yeah,
like that's like a job at least, even if it's remote, but also like when you have to go in, obviously that's worse. But it's just people that you just can't stand, and
yeah,
then you have to be around them.
yeah. No, that's all. It's so draining emotionally because it always comes in like I feel like it can take different forms. Like sometimes there's someone where it's just like they haven't done anything against me, but I just do not know how to talk to you. Like I say something, there's just no energy match. Like like I'll say something and it's just be like, uh, or that awkward silence where you're both just kind of like, yeah, yeah, like ah.
Yeah,
Like
no.
that's always rough. But I took, but then yeah, then there's the other extreme of the people who it's like they go out of their way to make you like upset and miserable and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's oh God, yeah, I remember. Oh, Jesus, I've had oh my God, so many stories about that. It's I don't know. It's people that are just like they think that in terms of like a work environment, they to be successful, they need to be like overly like type A. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Overly like just aggressive and just really need to
yeah, like
like I want to be assertive. So
yeah,
assertive.
like
And that just
but not even but they don't know how to be assertive without being mean.
right.
Yeah, yeah. No, I've
No,
had Yeah,
no, go
I've
ahead.
had no, but not only coworkers though. I've had roommates like that.
Oh yeah.
Like, I used to have this roommate who basically every it was like every little thing would freak her out, or she needed like now like type of thing. Where
Mhm.
so yeah, so like one time we were having a bunch of storms coming our way. Or no, they weren't even there yet. They were just predicted. And
Mhm.
she comes home just like we need to get candles, like like jerry cans, backup generators, all this stuff. We need to be prepared. I'm just like, why? What's up? Have you not heard about the storms coming? I'm just like, oh yeah, oh yeah, sounds rough. Okay, well we or no, like oftentimes I'd even agree with her. I'd just be like, okay, yeah, sounds good. We can get on that. And then I just go back to try to relax. But then she'll like she'll hear me, but she won't hear me. You know what I mean? Because then she'll be like, okay, yeah, but I really think we need to. And I'm just like, I said that we would. Or oh no, one of the worst times was one of the worst times was I just came home from buying a new TV, right? So I just dropped $400, and
Hmm.
which was more than what I was anticipating on spending in the first place. So I just got home, and like there were four of us in the house, and I'm just like, hey guys, check it out! I got a new TV for the living room. This would be great. And like as soon as I'm through the door, before I can even like she's just like, oh, by the way, I'm moving out. I need you to pay me for my shares in furniture. What? Like, yeah, because when we all moved in together, we bought furniture together as a group.
Oh,
And so so the agreement was that hey, if someone moves out, the other people will buy them out of their shares. And
gotcha.
I'm just like, whoa, wait, you're moving out? First of all, what? That's kind of out of the blue. And she like wanted me then and there to pay her $600. And I was like, I just bought a new TV and you don't even have a new place to stay yet. Like, yeah, I was just like, well, where are you moving? Oh, I don't know yet, but I'll be moving out within the next month or so. So, and I'm just like, hold on, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Oh, jeez. Wow. Yeah. That that's crazy.
Yeah,
That reminds me of a story. It wasn't me, but I had a friend. I remember it was in college. I didn't live with him, but he lived with this guy and a few other people, kind of like what you were talking about, like in a house. And the guy he went away for a month to like be with his family,
yeah.
and then he was like telling them he wasn't going to pay rent for that month, and they
Is
needed
his
to pay rent because he wasn't there.
but is his stuff there?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. No, he was still
Yeah.
living there.
No, then you pay like look.
Of course.
All right, look, I can forgive like okay, yeah, you don't need to pay electricity, Wi-Fi, water for that month, but you still gotta pay rent as a whole.
You still have a room. You still have your stuff there. You still have
Yeah,
all that. Yeah. So it was like, yeah, it got like that. It was just so just.
yeah. No,
I
I
mean,
had
I didn't
yeah,
really
like
know the guy.
yeah, like the house I was staying in with that one roommate, like I I went through a series of roommates there, and I lived there like for only about a year and a half, but there were like seven or eight of us that came and went in that time. It was just kind of a mess, honestly. But it was also it was a mess in
Jeez.
that personalities just did not line up at all.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
No,
what was this house? Like, how many people were living in this house? This is
it was
like,
a four-bedroom house, so there
oh,
would be four of us, right?
okay.
And but yeah, like one person moved out because there was first person moved out because there was mold in the basement and they were allergic. So we got new person to replace him. Uh, then so we got a new person in. Then around the same time, the guy who moved in to replace as well as one of the original four as well, they're both moving out partially because they can't stand the girl who I was saying before. And so I'm a fly under the radar type. I don't try to step on anyone's toes. I just wanted to go there, live my life. I'm not trying to cause drama. But there are so many arguments about rent money, like who's paying what for utilities, all this stuff. Yeah, so then we got two new people in. I got along at first everything was going well. Then one of them, she wound up being just honestly, I'm fairly certain she was bipolar, and like just mean in the end.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, she just wound up being a straight up bully. So
You live
and
with
just
some crazy ass people. I feel like
oh dude, you have
it's
no
like
idea. And like the one
it's
guy there who I was still friends with, and I'm friends with him to this day. Only problem, he has, in his own words, weapons grade anxiety. And I look, real condition. I feel for him. I will support him as much as possible, but he could spiral in an instant, and it could just be like, dude, why are we even panicking? So,
did he
but
get
the
like
fact that
violent? Was it just like violent, or was it
oh
would
no
like
no, he
would he
wasn't
say
violent. He
something
was just
physical?
depressive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he'd
Okay.
get anxiety. He'd have panic attacks. He'd be like breaking down, and he'd be like, but then it would like roommate who was a bully would be mean to him like pretty aggressively, and he would kind of crumble, honestly.
Oh, okay.
And
So,
it's just like yeah,
oh
like
no.
the guy just like again, still a really good friend of mine. He just cannot handle stress very
Oh, okay. Got it. Got it. Got it. Jeez, I feel like you live with a lot of like
well.
very
Oh,
unstable people.
dude,
Good Lord.
literally, that was like I for, through through 5.5 years of school, like college, grad school, roommates, barely ever any drama. 2 years working at my first job. 2 years, 2 years, and I lived in two different houses at that time.
Mhm.
Uh, so much roommate drama in that time from multiple people that when I got a new job and moved out, I was just like, I'm living by myself now. And that's what I'm currently doing. And it's just like, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. But I mean, it's like I feel like when I had roommates, it was I never lived with that many people, which that sounds difficult because I've only lived with maximum three people or two other people.
Yeah.
Uh, and that sounds just crazy because I've talked to people like, and I've like hung out with people that have lived in a big house and they lived with a lot of roommates, and it just seemed
It,
hectic
yeah,
and
I
just
am
really,
like, I'm not, I won't swear off roommates in general in the future, but, yeah, but I'm never living with that many people again. I think two people is the max I could do. Like I could potentially live in a four person if we all get along. And like and I don't want to make a I don't want to make a general statement, but from what I've noticed, and this is just my own experience of the bad luck I've had with roommates, women are difficult to live with. So I'm at the point of I like now exceptions can for sure be made, but I do not intend on living with a woman again until it is the woman I marry.
I mean, yeah, I think it's just it's also just like it's really like uh men and women living together is just it's difficult within itself
Yeah.
because I have just by myself lived with another woman, and that becomes there's just a lot of issues that go along with that. I mean, there's emotional, but also just like strategic, logistic issues that just really cause problems. And um, I, and I know people, and I guess this is going back to my college days, but I know people that lived, like you were saying, like in a house with men and women, and it was always like the women and the men would just fight a lot, and it would just cause a lot of there was be a lot of problems, and like it would just like relationships were destroyed just because just differences in personalities, not necessarily like men and women, but uh it was uh I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Because I don't know
Yeah,
how to describe it in terms of
yeah.
like not in a relationship type, like
I
not
feel
in a
like
relationship sense.
yeah,
Like
yeah. No,
if
it's
you're
like
not
I
in a
feel
relationship, like if you're like just living with someone that you're not involved with.
yeah. I think we talked about on a previous episode even that there are legitimate like mental differences between men and women, like the way the way men and women process things, prioritize things, all that, and it's it's like fundamentally different or psychologically different and all that, and so it's just it can be difficult for extended periods of time, unless you just happen to have really good chemistry, and maybe that was just my luck, was I just wound up with bad chemistry between people, so
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that has to do with like everyone, even like just uh men and men relationships, women and women relationships, any person relationships like together. It's just it is very I don't know. It's just when you're stuck with not stuck with them, but when you're living with them and you're
yeah,
around them all the time, because like we both have friends, I'm sure, like, and I just like I see you not physically, but like we see each other, and like we have a good time together,
yeah,
but we don't live together,
yeah.
and
Oh, believe me, living together changes the dynamic entirely. Like I got like some of my best friends in the world. I absolutely could not live.
yeah,
Just because just see the difference of like when I go to his house and see how he's living. I'm just like I could not live in this same condition. So, and even if we live together and just like, hey, I have my room, you have your room, do whatever you want in there. It's ultimately going to bleed into the shared space. Like you don't just change your nature entirely based on the room you're
yeah, exactly. All right, Carter's coming in. Carter,
What up? What up? What up?
in.
hey,
What's
what's
up,
going on,
Carter?
man? Good to see you.
What's going on? Good to see you. Good to see
Hey,
you. What's up? What's up?
I don't. We yeah. With Vincent here, we're just talking about just living with people, just kind of how the dynamic changes.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
I was sharing some of my roommate nightmares, roommate nightmare stories, and kind of just talking about how sometimes you just don't click with people, whether it's at work, at home, all kinds of things.
Damn, dude, you went from John Wick to fucking Keanu Reeves and A Walk in the Clouds and shit, man. Shit.
Yeah, yeah, no, it it's all gone, but I'll probably bring it back, but it's gonna take me some time.
I need more John Wick and less Bill and Ted right now, man.
Bill and Ted.
I can start growing the beard back at least. What is it?
Shit.
All right, man. What's going on, Carter? All right, hold on. What do you think? I don't know. We're talking
Yeah.
about like
All right, Carter, you ever had anybody, whether at work, a roommate, whatever, who you just do not like, you're on completely different wavelengths, but you're like stuck having to interact with each other.
Oh, hell yeah, I'll be like fucking DMX. Like, I don't like your face. I don't like your voice. I don't like your aura. I don't like I don't like the way you breathe when you talk to me. I don't like the way you look. I don't. It's just
One more road to cross, one more step to take. Gotta live my
uh-huh,
life now.
uh-huh.
It's one more move to make. Rest in peace.
Yeah,
Rest in
yeah.
peace.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Rest in
Yeah,
peace.
it almost when it comes to that kind of situation, it almost feels like when your mother, your father forces you to hang out with relatives they know you don't fucking like or get along with, and then they want to bitch and piss and moan at you every argument that comes up when you told them straight out the gate, I'm not going to that reunion, I'm not going to that barbecue, I'm not going to that birthday party. But then when shit goes down, they want to act surprised and all dramatic and shit. And it's like, it's it's not even that I'm coming because I want to be here. I'm coming here because I'm forced to tolerate you. And that's exactly what it feels like when you have a fucking roommate or a fucking I don't know, maybe your sister's boyfriend or fucking in-laws and shit. Especially when it's your sister's boyfriend, some fucking doofus ass motherfucker that you know and everybody does not like, does not get along with, but then you tell them time and time again, you know, like shit. There's just something about them. You can't describe it. You can't put it's not anything that they did to you, but you get this weird kind of
Yeah,
vibe or aura off of them that you just do not like. You know, there's something there that's going on. You can't describe it. You sort of feel like that big breasted bitch who used to have that show. I can't remember her name, and I don't want to get in trouble because I know her name. I don't want to say it out loud.
Why not?
I'll give you a hint. I know what you did last summer.
Oh, okay. Got it. Well,
I love you,
yeah,
J Love. I love you, J Love.
well, no, I think that like no, it's true that like it just it's I don't know, it's just like the relationship you have like with someone that is like more surface, and then all of a sudden you got to live with them or like be just more intimate with them. I don't mean like intimate meaning like sexually, but like just intimate in terms of like living with them, and that changes shit because you don't know who they really
Well,
are.
I mean, sometimes you want to reach around every now and then. I mean, it happens.
Reach around, but for
like a
I know what you did
a
last
courtesy
summer.
one.
Sometimes you get the inkling to play a little tug of war. You know, it's just a matter of who's doing the pulling.
Yeah.
What are you pulling on? No, seriously, what are you pulling on?
I don't know. What are you pulling on?
Well, I don't know. I, I
I
wouldn't
know.
be
So
pulling on.
can you pull it with one hand or do you need two?
Well, you know, I'm kind of girthy, so I need, you know, gotta.
So, are you pulling on the boobs? Just like
Yeah, the boobs.
from I know what you did last summer.
Just a tip.
Well, yeah, man. I I don't know. Yeah, it's weird because like I've had that situation so much with like not even with just being in a relationship, but like we were talking about earlier, just being with a friend. All of a sudden, you live with them or you spend more time with them, and then you've like realized that they're like a dick, or that you just don't like you just can't like get along with them in a certain sense. Not like no good.
After that arrangement comes into play, it almost feels like you're sitting in fucking purgatory. Like you feel like you're fucking being punished for something you did. I don't know. Just you feel like you're stuck with them, kind of like a never-ending, the odd couple kind of situation, to where no matter what you do to try to keep the peace, they do something that just fucking pisses you off. Just really, just I don't know. It's
Yeah,
and it's always out of the element to where I don't know. I don't want to say it's not normal, but it's more like it's not normal to you. But whatever they're into, whatever they're doing, it's just
Yeah.
driving you crazy.
that's
Well, have you got so have you guys ever found a way to fix a relationship like that? Was there ever someone who maybe you were getting those weird awkward vibes, but then you maybe did something with them and you're just like, oh, this guy ain't so bad after all. You ever have one of those?
Yeah. And then I found out it's exactly what I thought it was from the get go. It was just more of a they. It's kind of like not a wolf in sheep's clothing, a wolf in sheep's clothing, wearing a wolf, wearing a sheep, wearing a wolf, kind of like a mask on top of a mask. They were trying really hard to kind of fucking
It's like
assimilate into
they
maybe your family or your friends or your group. Like they were really trying hard,
they
to
got
assimilate.
so many masks on you don't even know what their real face is anymore.
Exactly. It was like it almost came off like before they left the house and met up in your circle of friends, relatives, whatever the situation is. It almost they're looking in front of the mirror like in okay, that movie The Stepfather. You remember that one? That old movie The Stepfather? How before he would leave the house, you see him putting in his contacts and kind of practicing in front of the mirror, combing his hair and trying to get that little whatever location he was at. He was practicing, the mannerisms, how to talk and shit. That's what it felt like. So they would just kind of practice before they left the house, before they came around you.
oh yeah, yeah. I feel like there's some people that, like I was saying, I kind of knew that they were just so um their personality just wouldn't gel, and I just tried to just kind of like still be their friend, and I knew that like it would not end up well because they were just so different from me. Not different from me, but like meaning like our personalities did not mesh, and I kind of like felt that, but I still was friends with them because it was just sort of like we were friends like, and this happened with a few people. We were friends just like with other like friends just out of like association,
Like
and then we became
friends of
better
friends.
friends, and then it turned bad because we just did not mesh, and it was just like not a ugh, it was just not good. And actually a couple of those I actually when I was younger I lived with, and it turned terrible. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Carter?
I mean, yeah, it's it's like a
Also with women
relationship with
too. I'm not. It's not just friendships, but like also not
Uh,
just.
any kind of relationship can go like this.
Oh yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's like a relationship, whether it be with a woman or just sex. You can't force it. Somebody's gonna get hurt, you know. Like you can't force it. It's like Tetris or Legos. You can't force those pieces. And sometimes, no matter how much you try, this shit ain't gonna work. I mean, some people will not mesh well whatsoever. Different temperaments, different personalities and shit. Like people say that stupid ass saying, you are the company you keep and blah blah blah. It's like I hang around who I hang around with because I fuck with them. I mesh well with them. That's the point why they're there. Like I mean, I'm not gonna fucking force myself into a circle and vice versa that I'm not even gonna be mixing in well with, that I don't belong to and shit. I'm not gonna go to the fucking Harvard Club or billionaire boys club wearing fucking the pleats and the golf shoes and shit. Hell no. I'm not even gonna try to pretend I even give a fuck about that crowd. You know, it's
I would
like
love to see you in golf shoes, man. I
shit.
want to see you in golf shoes. I want to see you in some khakis and golf shoes.
Shit. Well, they can't be short shorts. They'll fucking kick me out.
Hey, if
I don't know.
you got short shorts, couldn't you just swing with that?
Shit, then I'll get arrested.
All right, well, all right, I think time's about up. Vincent, you want to carry us out?
All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in this week to the Weekly Howl. Want to thank my fellow panelists Roman and Carter for joining us here today. And hey, whether you're dealing with some weird relationship, friendship, romantic, whatever, work relationship, hey, hope it gets better, or hope you just don't have to deal with them for long, and hope you're having a good week at work out there as well. Want to thank the entire Wife Wolf Network team, everyone behind the scenes as well. Be sure to like and subscribe to hear more of the conversations that truly matter. And as always, whether you're laughing or crying, you might as well howl with it.